Welcome to The Silent Weaver of Bergamot Breezes, a tranquil fantasy audiobook designed to gently guide you into a state of deep relaxation and peaceful sleep. If you find yourself soothed by the gentle whispers of Aethelgard and wish to explore more stories like this, please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel for a haven of calming audio experiences. Before we embark on Raya's quiet journey to restore balance to the breezes, we'll begin with a simple breathing guidance to help you settle and release the day's tensions. If you prefer to drift directly into the story, chapter timestamps are conveniently located in the description below for your ease. Now, find a position of complete comfort, whether you are nestled in your bed or relaxing in your favorite chair. Allow your body to feel heavy and supported, sinking into the soft embrace of your surroundings. Adjust any blankets or pillows to create a truly cozy and secure space. This is your sanctuary, a moment dedicated to stillness and gentle release. Let the calming essence of bergamot begin to envelop you, preparing you for a journey into a world of quiet magic. Let's take a calming breath together. Inhale slowly and gently through your nose, as if you are drawing in the soft scent of bergamot blossoms carried on a gentle breeze. Feel your chest and abdomen expand with ease. Now exhale slowly and smoothly through your mouth, like a soft sigh of contentment. With each exhale, imagine releasing any lingering tension, any worries or concerns. Feel your shoulders soften and your brow unfurrow. Picture the serene floating Isles of Aethelgard, bathed in soft, diffused light, their gentle movements mirroring the ebb and flow of your breath. Allow your awareness to settle into the present moment, letting go of thoughts of the past or future. If your mind wanders, simply notice it without judgment and gently guide your attention back to the rhythm of your breathing or the sound of my voice. There is nothing you need to do now but listen and receive. Feel the gentle warmth of the imagined sun of Aethelgard on your skin, the soft mossy ground beneath your feet, the calming scent of bergamot filling the air. Let these sensations deepen your relaxation as we begin our journey with Raya, the silent weaver, into a realm of peace and restorative slumber. Chapter 1: The Whispering Isles. The first rays of dawn, soft and diffused like watercolor paints blending on parchment, touched the edges of Raya's Sky Isle home. Normally, these gentle beginnings were heralded by a wave of bergamot fragrance, a signature scent of tranquility that permeated every corner of Aethelgard, the realm of Floating Isles. But this morning the air felt strangely thin, almost bereft of its usual calming presence. Raya stirred beneath her light linen sheets, woven from sky flax and as soft as a sigh. She stretched languidly, feeling the gentle give of the cloud-spun mattress beneath her. Rising, she padded to the open balcony, her bare feet cool against the smooth, polished stone of the floor. The stone, warmed by the earth beneath, emanated a comforting coolness, grounding her in the quiet morning. From her vantage point, the panorama of Aethelgard unfolded in gentle hues of lavender and rose. Other isles drifted serenely in the diffused morning light, each a haven of green and gentle slopes. Usually there was a palpable sense of movement, a soft rustling of leaves and grasses as the Bergamot Breezes flowed between the isles, carrying their calming essence. Today, however, a stillness hung in the air, a noticeable absence of the usual gentle symphony of nature. She closed her eyes for a moment, inhaling deeply, searching for the familiar citrusy floral note of bergamot. It was there, fainter than a whisper, a mere ghost of its usual vibrant self. A quiet unease settled within her, a subtle discord in the otherwise harmonious rhythm of her world. This was more than just a fleeting lull in the breeze. This felt like a silence that stretched beyond the ordinary. Raya leaned against the smooth, warm stone railing of her balcony, observing the stillness with a focused calm. The leaves of the sky willow near her home hung motionless, their silvery undersides reflecting the muted light. The distant waterfalls, usually murmuring a soft, continuous song, seemed to echo with a diminished resonance. Even the skylarks, typically greeting the dawn with cheerful melodies, were unusually quiet. She reached out a hand, feeling the almost imperceptible movement of the air against her skin. It was there, a faint breath, but lacking its usual comforting weight, its fragrant vitality. It felt almost like a whisper fading into nothingness. The texture of the air itself seemed lighter, less substantial than she remembered. Returning inside, Raya moved to her weaving room, a circular chamber bathed in soft, natural light, filtering through opaline windows. The room was filled with the comforting scent of dried herbs and natural fibers. She ran her fingers across the smooth surface of her lightwood loom, its gentle curves worn smooth by years of use. This loom was her conduit, her instrument for shaping the Bergamot Breezes into tapestries of calm. Her gaze fell upon a half-finished tapestry woven from the purest strands of captured breeze, each thread imbued with the scent of bergamot and the essence of tranquility. It felt strangely inert, lacking the vibrant energy she usually felt emanating from her woven creations. A deeper sense of concern began to stir within her. Raya knew instinctively that the fading breezes were more than just a natural fluctuation. They were the lifeblood of Aethelgard's serenity, the subtle force that maintained its balance and peace. If the breezes weakened further, the tranquility of the isles, and perhaps beyond, could be imperiled. A gentle but firm resolve began to form within her. She decided then, with a quiet certainty, that she must understand the cause of this unusual stillness. She would journey to the source of the Bergamot Breezes, to the mythical whispering peaks, and seek to restore the gentle breath of Aethelgard. A task both vital and serene, a path calling to her with the quiet insistence of a fading whisper. Chapter 2. The Journey Begins. With a purposeful yet unhurried grace, Raya began preparations for her journey. There was no sense of alarm or haste, only a calm determination to address the subtle shift in the world's balance. She moved through her Sky Isle home with a quiet efficiency, gathering the essentials for her voyage. First, she collected soft cloths, woven from the finest cloud silk, delicate yet strong. These cloths would be essential for capturing and refining the bergamot essence she might encounter on her travels. She folded them carefully, their smooth texture soothing to her touch. Next, she selected her weaving tools crafted from polished lightwood, each piece fitting perfectly in her hand, extensions of her own gentle intention. She prepared small vials of concentrated bergamot essence, distilled from the most potent blossoms in her sky garden. These vials held the pure, unadulterated scent of tranquility, a reserve of calm that could be used to subtly influence the surrounding atmosphere or enhance her weaving rituals. The amber liquid within shimmered softly in the diffused light. For sustenance, she packed dried sky fruits and seed cakes, their aromas subtly sweet and nutty, comforting and nourishing. She also included a thermos of warm blossom tea, its steam carrying a delicate floral fragrance, promising warmth and gentle invigoration during her journey. Each item was chosen with care, prioritizing lightness, practicality, and sensory comfort. With her preparations complete, Raya walked towards the air-skiff harbor of her isle, a tranquil haven nestled amidst flowering vines and murmuring fountains. Her personal air-skiff awaited her, a beautiful craft fashioned from polished lightwood, its sails woven from iridescent sky linen, catching the soft light with a gentle shimmer. She stepped aboard the skiff, her feet settling on the smooth lightwood deck. The air around the harbor was still, but as she released the mooring lines and unfurled the sails, a gentle breath of wind filled them, nudging the skiff forward with a soft sigh. The movement was smooth and almost silent, a graceful gliding across the sky. As the skiff drifted away from her home isle, Raya gazed back at the familiar landscape, taking a moment to imprint its serene image in her mind. The soft colors, the gentle slopes, the quiet stillness. It was a picture of peace she carried within her heart. Then, turning forward, she set her gaze towards the distant horizon, towards the mythical whispering peaks. The journey began with a profound quietude. The only sounds were the gentle hum of the skiff as it responded to the subtle air currents, and the soft whoosh of wind against the sails, a whisper of movement in the vast expanse of the sky. The air, though still lacking the potent scent of bergamot, was clean and fresh, carrying the faint aroma of distant blossoms. Raya settled into a comfortable position at the helm, her hands resting lightly on the smooth wood. She closed her eyes for a moment, feeling the gentle rocking motion of the skiff, the subtle vibrations resonating through her body. She breathed deeply, allowing the calm rhythm of the journey to settle her mind. Hours drifted by like clouds in a peaceful sky. The skiff moved with an unhurried grace, carried by invisible currents, traversing the tranquil expanse of Aethelgard. Raya observed the passing isles, each a unique tapestry of green and gentle forms, each radiating a quiet serenity. The journey itself was a meditation, a slow, gentle unfolding of moments, each filled with a quiet sense of purpose. As the sun began its gentle descent, casting long, soft shadows across the sky, a faint, familiar scent began to drift on the air, a whisper of bergamot, promising a destination of fragrant gardens and ancient lore. The whispering peaks were still distant, but the subtle shift in the air signaled a new stage of her journey, a step closer to understanding the mystery of the fading breezes. Chapter 3: The Bergamot Gardens of Aerilon. As Raya's air skiff approached Aerilon, the isle revealed itself as a verdant haven, a tapestry woven from countless shades of green. Bergamot gardens stretched across the landscape like soft carpets, their blossoms a delicate white, tinged with hints of pale yellow. Even from a distance, a faint but discernible fragrance of bergamot drifted on the air, a gentle welcome. Landing softly in a designated harbor nestled amidst fragrant vines, Raya stepped onto Aerilon's soil, feeling the soft give of moss beneath her feet. The air here was noticeably warmer than in her home isle, imbued with a rich, earthy aroma mingled with the citrusy floral scent of bergamot, a comforting and invigorating combination. The soundscape was equally inviting, the gentle buzzing of bees amongst the blossoms, the soft chirping of skylarks, and the distant murmur of a flowing stream. She wandered into the gardens, following a path paved with smooth, sun-warmed stones. The bergamot blossoms were in full bloom, their delicate petals unfurled, releasing their calming fragrance into the air. Dewdrops still clung to some of the blossoms, shimmering like tiny crystals in the diffused sunlight. Raya paused, inhaling deeply, allowing the scent to fill her lungs, feeling a sense of gentle revitalization. The gardens were meticulously tended, each plant thriving in its designated space, a testament to generations of careful cultivation. Water channels lined with smooth river stones meandered through the gardens, their gentle murmur adding to the overall sense of tranquility. Butterflies, with wings the color of sunset skies, fluttered lazily amongst the blossoms. As she walked deeper into the gardens, Raya noticed an elderly figure tending to a section of particularly lush bergamot bushes. Their movements were slow and deliberate, imbued with a quiet wisdom that radiated a sense of deep connection to the gardens. This must be the garden keeper she had heard tales of, Elder Rowan. Approaching gently, Raya spoke, her voice soft and respectful. "Greetings, Elder Rowan. I am Raya, the Silent Weaver." The garden keeper turned, their eyes the color of warm honey, meeting hers with a calm gaze. A gentle smile touched their lips, lined by time and wisdom. "Welcome, Raya. I have been expecting you. The breezes have been whispering of your journey." Their voice was low and resonant, like the soft rustling of dry leaves. Raya explained her concerns about the fading Bergamot Breezes and her quest to reach the Whispering Peaks. Elder Rowan listened patiently, their gaze steady and understanding. When she finished, they nodded slowly, their expression thoughtful. "The breezes are indeed quieter than they have been in living memory," Elder Rowan confirmed, their voice carrying a hint of ancient knowledge. "The Whispering Peaks hold the secret to their rhythm. They are the breath of Aethelgard, and their balance is delicate." They led Raya to a shaded pavilion overlooking the gardens, the air fragrant with bergamot and the scent of freshly brewed herbal tea. Seating themselves on cushions woven from soft plant fibers, Elder Rowan poured them each a cup, the steam carrying the comforting aroma of chamomile and bergamot. Over warm tea, Elder Rowan shared ancient lore, stories passed down through generations of garden keepers. They spoke of the deep connection between the Bergamot Gardens, the Whispering Peaks, and the subtle currents of air that flowed through Aethelgard. They described the delicate balance that maintained the breezes, a balance that required respect, understanding, and gentle tending. As the sun began to set, casting a warm golden glow over the gardens, Elder Rowan offered Raya guidance for her ascent to the Whispering Peaks, sharing knowledge of hidden paths and gentle currents. Whispering wisdom gleaned from a lifetime spent listening to the whispers of the breezes and the silent language of the gardens. Raya listened intently, absorbing the ancient wisdom, preparing herself for the next stage of her quiet journey. Chapter 4. Ascending the Whispering Peaks. Bidding a peaceful farewell to Elder Rowan and the tranquil gardens of Aerilon, Raya set her air skiff towards the Whispering Peaks. As she drew closer, the peaks materialized from the horizon, a series of majestic floating mountains veiled in soft, swirling mist. The air grew noticeably cooler, carrying a crisp, clean fragrance, tinged with the scent of fresh moss and distant waterfalls. The ascent was gradual and serene. Raya guided her skiff along gentle upward currents, navigating through gaps in the mist, revealing glimpses of moss-covered cliffs and cascading waterfalls. The soundscape shifted, the gentle buzzing of bees and chirping of skylarks replaced by the echoing murmur of distant waterfalls and the soft sigh of wind through ancient pines clinging to the mountainsides. She steered the skiff towards a lower peak, guided by Elder Rowan's directions, seeking a hidden path leading to the heart of the Whispering Peaks. Landing on a small, mossy plateau, Raya stepped out, feeling the cool, damp earth beneath her feet. The air here was profoundly still, imbued with a sense of ancient quietude, a feeling of being in a place untouched by the hurried pace of the world below. Following a winding path, barely visible beneath layers of soft moss and fallen pine needles, Raya began her ascent on foot. The path was gentle, ascending gradually, leading her deeper into the mist-shrouded heart of the peaks. She touched the moss-covered rocks as she walked, their cool, damp texture grounding her, connecting her to the ancient stillness of the mountains. The sound of distant waterfalls grew louder, morphing into a gentle, rhythmic cascade, a soothing and continuous murmur that filled the air. Water droplets condensed from the mist clung to leaves and moss, shimmering like tiny jewels in the diffused light. The air was deeply refreshing, each breath feeling cleansing and revitalizing. As she climbed higher, Raya discovered a hidden grotto nestled amongst moss-draped rocks, its entrance veiled by a curtain of gently falling water. Stepping through the cool, shimmering water, she entered a space of profound stillness and quietude. The grotto was small, but imbued with a sense of ancient power, the air thick with a hushed expectancy. It was here, Elder Rowan had told her, that the Bergamot Breezes originated, flowing from a source deep within the peaks. But now, as Raya stood within the grotto, the air felt still and almost devoid of scent. The breezes, once a vibrant flow, were reduced to a faint whisper, barely perceptible. Examining the grotto, Raya noticed a natural alcove at the back, its walls lined with smooth opaline stone. From this alcove, a faint coolness emanated, a subtle indication of the breeze source. She approached the alcove, feeling a subtle energy radiating from the stone, a quiet pulse of power. It was clear to Raya that the source of the breezes was not entirely extinguished, but somehow diminished, muted. The task now was to understand the cause of this imbalance and to gently restore the flow of tranquility. A sense of quiet determination filled her, a resolve to weave her intention into the stillness of the grotto, to coax the breezes back into their gentle rhythm. She settled into a comfortable position within the grotto, feeling the cool, smooth stone beneath her. Closing her eyes, she centered herself, drawing upon the calm that resided deep within her, preparing for her silent weaving ritual, a gentle dance of intention and focused serenity, aimed at awakening the whispering peaks and restoring the breath of Aethelgard. Chapter 5. Restoring the Breath. Within the hushed stillness of the grotto, Raya began her silent weaving ritual. She unfolded her soft cloud silk cloths, their smooth texture grounding her senses. Taking a vial of concentrated bergamot essence, she gently opened it, releasing a whisper of the potent fragrance into the air. The scent, though faint in the vastness of the peaks, carried a focused intention, a promise of calm and restoration. Using her smooth wooden weaving tools, Raya began to weave an invisible tapestry within the stillness of the grotto. Her movements were slow, deliberate, each gesture infused with focused intention. She wasn't weaving with physical threads, but with the very essence of calm, with the energy of her breath, with the quiet power of her focused mind. She visualized the Bergamot Breezes not as forceful winds, but as gentle currents of fragrant air, flowing smoothly and continuously, carrying tranquility across Aethelgard. She imagined the whispering peaks not as silent mountains, but as breathing entities, their rhythm gentle and consistent, exhaling peace with every subtle shift in the air. As she wove her intention, a faint scent of bergamot began to stir within the grotto, almost imperceptible at first, but gradually growing stronger. It was a subtle fragrance, delicate and refined, yet undeniably present, a promise of returning vitality. Accompanying the scent, a gentle rustling sound arose, like the whisper of leaves in a soft breeze, a hint of movement in the stillness. Raya continued her silent weaving, her focus unwavering, her intention clear. She imagined the breezes flowing outwards from the grotto, spreading across the whispering peaks, then down to the floating isles, carrying their calming essence to every corner of Aethelgard. She felt a subtle resonance within the grotto, a gentle vibration responding to her intention, a quiet awakening of energy. The rustling sound grew slightly louder, transforming into a soft whisper of wind, circulating gently within the grotto. The scent of bergamot intensified, filling the air with its calming fragrance. a palpable presence now, a gentle embrace of tranquility. Raya felt a shift in the atmosphere, a subtle lightening, a release of the stillness that had weighed upon the peaks. She continued weaving for what felt like timeless moments, her movements fluid and effortless, her focus unwavering. The breeze within the grotto became stronger, warmer, carrying the scent of bergamot with increasing potency. She could feel it against her skin, a gentle caress, a breath of life returning to the peaks. Finally, with a sense of quiet completion, Raya slowly ceased her weaving. She remained still for a moment, listening to the gentle whisper of the breeze, inhaling the fragrant air, feeling the profound stillness now infused with a gentle vitality. The grotto felt different, alive, breathing once more. As she emerged from the grotto, stepping back into the mist-shrouded landscape, she noticed an immediate change in the air around her. A soft, warm breeze circulated through the peaks, carrying the unmistakable scent of bergamot. The distant waterfalls seemed to murmur with a renewed resonance. The ancient pines sighed gently in the revitalized wind. Looking out across Aethelgard, Raya felt a deep sense of calm and fulfillment. The balance was restored. The breath of the whispering peaks, the bergamot breezes, were flowing once more, carrying peace and tranquility across the realm. Her quiet journey had reached its serene conclusion, a gentle restoration achieved through intention, stillness, and the subtle magic of silent weaving. The world once again breathed peacefully. The balance was restored. The breath of the whispering peaks, the bergamot breezes, were flowing once more, carrying peace and tranquility across the realm. Her quiet journey had reached its serene conclusion, a gentle restoration achieved through intention, stillness, and the subtle magic of silent weaving. The world once again breathed peacefully.